Because we are slaves to social media and the entertainment biz, here we are making a cocktail in honor of the 97th Academy Awards happening in LA, 4 o'clock Pacific time this Sunday, March 2nd. Conan O'Brien is your host with the most, and we're going to make a cocktail in honor of the Oscars. Really, in honor of a man who played a very big role in a very big movie that won 9 Academy Awards across its trilogy. However, he did not go to the Academy Awards to accept his Oscar. I think that was on moral, ethical grounds. He just, I don't know. Marlon Brando, what are you going to do? Instead, he sent a letter with a woman named Sachin Littlefeather, got it, to decline the award on his behalf. I don't know what became of that statue. I'm sure it's in a museum somewhere, but Marlon never did pick it up. So the movie was The Godfather. We're going to make a cocktail called The Godfather today. Very easy to make. I'm not a big Scotch drinker, Scotch whiskey. In fact, I don't know if I think I've tried it maybe somewhere down the line, but this cocktail is called The Godfather. It was made in honor of the movie, actually, called The Godfather, which came out in 1972. The Oscars went to The Godfather, three of them, or two of them, I believe, two or three in its first trilogy for Marlon Brando, Best Actor in a Motion Picture. He barely spent even an hour on the big screen in that first movie. The trilogy, of course, also provided for at least six more for a total of 9 awards that this movie trilogy got. One of the best movies, one of the best books I've ever read, of course, called The Godfather by Mario Puzo, who also won an Academy Award that first year out for the Best Adapted Screenplay. Really fascinating story. There are so many fun little anecdotes, if you will, about the movie, which of course everyone's seen it. You've seen it, right? You have to have seen it. Including the very first opening scene, Marlon Brando is pictured with a cat. That cat wasn't in this script. It wasn't supposed to be in the movie, but it was a cat nonetheless that Francis Ford Coppola found wandering around the Paramount lot the first day that they were shooting. And so I don't know. And another fun fact, Marlon Brando wanted his character, Don Corleone, to look kind of like a bulldog. So he stuffed his cheeks with like cotton balls. And he was based on a real mobster, Frank Costello. But this movie, a lot of people, including Frank Sinatra, did not want this movie made. Frank was leaning on his buddies in the movie industry with the help of his mafioso pals to not have it made. They didn't, I don't know. They didn't want it made. Go figure. Whatever the Don wants though. So the Colombo crime family is really who didn't want this movie made because it was probably not so loosely based on said family. This cocktail is and should be very easy to make. It only requires equal parts of amaretto, an Italian liqueur made from almonds, and or the pits of stone fruit. Yummy. But you know, the brand you're probably most familiar with is Di Sarono, not made with any almonds whatsoever. I'm going to save that for another day and use this amaretto di Toscana, and this is 50 milliliters. This is one thing I like about this drink, though, too. It's because you don't, no big commitment here. You don't have to buy a big bottle. Amaretto, you can find a couple of different kinds. You could find another blended Scotch whiskey, or you could actually use bourbon for this. But if you're going to go equal parts on your amaretto and your Scotch whiskey, you're going to have a very sweet drink. I'm okay with that for this particular cocktail. We're also going to mix it in a glass. Since these are both, again, 50 mils, we don't even have to measure it out. But if you want a more booze forward, spirit forward, shall we say, if we're classy, beverage, you're going to want to use 2 ounces of Scotch whiskey and only a quarter ounce of your amaretto. But I am not man enough for that. Some have accused, but I am not. Oh, yeah. Actually, that smells pretty good. And I got it in a kit with the glass, mini glass, a mini and a glass from American Oak. Is that no, the Gladstone Axe. American Oak, smooth and rich, blended malt Scotch whiskey. But I also won this. Just wanted to brag. At the White Elephant, the work White Elephant. um, Buchanan's Deluxe, aged 12 years, blended Scotch whiskey. Not terribly expensive. I think that's like a 20 or so, $25 bottle. Pardon me, and I haven't even had a drink yet. Okay, so we're gonna, I guess you could shake this up, but you probably also don't want a whole lot of water in your cocktail. Maybe you do, because this is gonna, like I say, it'd be a real strong one. The Godfather, equal parts Scotch whiskey over just a nice big rock in a rocks glass, which came with my kit. No garnish necessary. That is gonna, I will be done for the evening after this one drink. So let's try the Godfather. Thank you for watching. Yeah, that's easy to drink. If you're me and you like, a little bit of sweetness to your Scotch whiskey, that's delicious. Cheers to the Godfather. May the best man, women, whatever win artists at this weekend's Academy Awards, and may you have fun watching with your Godfather cocktail.